Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. I am absolutely fuming at the moment, and you're about to find out why. I thought we'd start on the page of David Hoxer, just so you can have a look at him while I fume. So let me set the scene for you guys. Let me set the scene. What do you think is the stupidest thing and the most asinine thing that the board can do? Take that thought and then multiply it by a factor of 1,000,000, and you've got what the board have done over the last episode. This is the outright stupidest thing I've ever seen on Football Manager done by the board, like a decision they've taken. I don't even know where to start. So remember in the last episode I said that Dortmund and Bayern were in for Yamrog, but I'd had a player talk to him and he said he was happy to stay. Happy, good, lovely old job. They came in with a couple more bids, up in the bid up to I think like 1.6 million, and in the end I was just rejecting them because I knew that he would be fine to stay. All is looking good. I was kind of curious to see how much they'd actually put in bids for it. But got to the final day and they'd sort of stopped bidding. So we got to the final day of the transfer window. 5 hours to go. I'm like, good. We're just going to see this through, work on some other deals elsewhere, get some players out on loan. And then we got a bid from Rakov of 1.3 million. And I was like, okay, fine. He's not going to join another club in the same division as us. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So I rejected it, as you do. And then with the final minutes or final hours of the transfer window, I got another news article saying that the board had decided to sell Yamrog to Rakov. They sold him to fucking Rakov. What? So the board in their infinite wisdom decided that, oh, it's too good to turn down. An offer for our best and most brightest prospect to a club who aren't even in Europe and are currently sitting 13th in the same bloody division as us. Why the hell would you do that? And as a result, I didn't even get to put any clauses on him. So he's gone for £2 million to Rakov. I'm lost for bloody words, to be honest. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Sell him to Dortmund. Sell him to Bayern. If you really are going to be idiots, sell him to those. But why on earth would you sell him to a club who are literally in the same division as us and are sitting 13th in the league right now? That is mental. So the board are clearly... yeah, I don't know what they're smoking. But the point is, it gave us basically no time for me to find a replacement. I did, in fact, bring someone in. I'm not entirely sure about him, to be honest, but it was the best I could do. And this is him. This is Bartolomew Sieratski. He's come in. He's got good dribbling and all that, but we are really out at sea at right back now, losing our best player like that to a club in the same division. I'm fuming. This is the sort of shit that makes me completely lose motivation in saves when stuff like that happens. I sometimes can understand that whole, and I didn't have the option to protest or anything like that. He just did it. I tried a few tricks to see if, like, there's a thing that Jack or at the space used to do that could help you do it, but that's obviously not in the game anymore. So yeah, we just had no choice in the matter. It saps all of your enjoyment out of it. Why on earth would they sell into a club in the same bloody division as us? We didn't need the money. We didn't need the money. It's pathetic. So Sieratski's come in. He's not had the best time of it so far. He did get an assist, but it's just absolutely infuriating when that happens. So question to you guys today is, what is the stupidest thing a board in one of your saves has done? You probably got worse stories than that, but for me, that is the worst one. I've had boards accept stupid offers for players before, but usually they're from the fact that they actually accepted it from a club in the same division as us. Fuming. Anyway, in today's episode of Where's the Right Back Gone, the right back was busy switching his shoelaces to new organic shoelaces that is friendlier on the environment. Unfortunately, since they are of paper mache, they tend to have to be replaced during the game. It's not a sensible, it's like paper straws, isn't it, really? But thank you, of course, for Alexander Nieheim and his regular right back and Where They've Gone updates. Cool shirt. I assume you're referring to the elephant one. Etsy. It was like £9. When I talk about motivation, things like that sap my motivation. But comments like this, it flips it back to the right direction for me, and it really does keep me motivated. So thank you, everyone. That's really awesome. I'm not going to read it out because, as usual, I don't like reading stuff out that's really nice. But still, you can see it on the screen, I'm sure. You have a wonderful radio voice. I would love to get into doing something like that, but I wouldn't have the first idea on how people get into this. I don't understand how people are in those jobs. Like, what did they do to get into that? I've never understood it. It doesn't seem there's like an obvious pathway to get into radio and commentary and stuff. I don't know. If anyone knows, do let me know. Right, so we've had some games off camera. We'll talk about that now. And then we've also got a game today against Lechia, which is just what we need right about now. And I'm also going to show you how I've been setting up my training sessions as well. So, because someone said they wanted to see that, and we're going to have some time today to do that too. So, we got a draw away at Lech to maintain our unbeaten run, and it's annoying because we missed a penalty in this game. Zavchik Wright missed the penalty, and then this happened. So we're nice and comfortable. Ball's played back to our goalkeeper, and he just kicks it straight. Not even kicks, he passes it straight to their defender so he can put it into an empty net. Match fixing match. That's 2 games in a row, by the way, that a goalkeeper has done that. One for us, one against us. Doesn't happen that often, does it? But still, and it's annoying because we could have won this match were it not. But luckily, Matej Skora did bail us out in the 94th minute to keep the unbeaten record, I suppose. But, oh, we could have won this one. Thankfully, though, we then did go and get a win, admittedly against the bottom club in the next match. But the full strength side was sort of back for this one. Got a goal from Meisterek, which was really nice to see. Krzysztof Zajec came in for today. This is how much we're stretched on squad now. But he actually did play really, really well. Goal and an assist for this game. And then he set up, of course, Kucharski's goal. Nice to see Kucharski grabbing a goal for himself. A 3-1. And then, unfortunately, we conceded a penalty in the 94th minute to make sure that we didn't get that clean sheet. We've gone back to struggling to be able to get clean sheets again. It's madness. We go on these amazing runs of defence, and then all of a sudden you could start conceding these 90th minute goals, and then the defence just shits itself. Didn't really have the best game, Siratsky, though, unfortunately. And off the back of that, yeah, it was more of the same. Kucharski gave us the lead in this one, and unfortunately they got a chance before half-time, and Piontek, wonderful little bending shot into the bottom corner. Frustrating as hell, though, as I feel like we probably could have still won this game. And then it took a lot longer than it should have done for our weakened side to get through against Corona's second team in the Polish Cup. Took until the 110th minute for Bochnak to get the goal. Fijarczyk then scored the second one. He set up a goal and also got an assist. I swear he wasn't. Oh, he was man of the match. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he got a goal and an assist on his return to the team, which was really nice. He didn't play the next game as a result of that because he was so bloody knackered. But at least he proved that he is an important player in this team and got us through to the next round where we'll play against Vigri's second team. So we should be able to get to the third round, which is what the board want. And then this happened. Against Yamrog's new club, you might notice, nowhere to be seen, not injured, not even in their freaking first team squad. They didn't even play him in this game against us. And it didn't make it any better. And this was really frustrating. We were 2-0 up at half time. Zuba and Hmil with two wonderful goals, dominating this match, completely playing them off the park. And in the second half, the arse just fell out of us. I don't know why, because I couldn't seem to figure out what had changed, because the system was the same, and they didn't make any substitutions as far as I know. They did make one, actually, in the first half, but I don't really know what difference that really made. All I know is they were able to score, and annoyingly, it was Zuba was practically through on goal, made a stupid decision, lost the ball, and then they went down the other end and directly scored from that move. Could have been 3-0, instead it was 2-1. They then got a corner, which was headed home, unfortunately, and then in the 85th minute, they actually went in front, and I was about to throw shit out the window. Thankfully, Dariusz Kucharski brought the ball down, was able to put it into the bottom corner to at least preserve the unbeaten run, but we should have been winning this match comfortably at 2-0 up. I was just amazed that Yamrog wasn't even in the bloody squad for this match. And all that leaves us fourth in the league. Now, of course, we do have a game in hand today, which is against the top of the table. So if we were to win today, we would actually go back into second spot. We're still doing all right, though. We're the only unbeaten team left in Poland still, and looking pretty good for a top 5 again, which is fine, because I do kind of feel like Gornik will fall away. You might notice down at the bottom, Legia down in 12th at the moment are way off the pace. They'll catch up eventually, but they've already pretty much lost the title for me. They're already 12 points behind. And Rakov down in 13th place. This is who you joined, Przemysław. Not that he had much choice in the matter, I don't think. He didn't turn down the contract, of course, because they offered him lots of money, but it's the board's fault. Absolute madness for letting that happen. And now he's, yeah, and we're not going to be able to sign him back again. Even if they got relegated, I bet you he wouldn't join us. He'll just join someone else. We've got a 40% of next sale profit clause in there, but it's the AI. They'll probably sell him to Bayern Munich for 2 million next year because they're idiots. Anyway, it's enough anger. It's all in jest, of course, but that stuff really does annoy me. We're still doing a really good season so far. Unbeaten, but too many draws creeping in at the moment where we shouldn't be. And then that random inability to defend. Things have gone downhill since he joined the club. But he's the best we can do at the moment. So what I do for training, really most of it is left up to my assistant, but I will adjust stuff. So, for example, if we go into the calendar here, I let my assistant decide most things, but before each game, particularly if we've, for example, got like only one a week, I'll go in, and if we're expected to win or do well, I'll dump in an attacking movement. Now, I maybe shouldn't have done it for this one, but the way I'll do it, so for example, we'll go into here against Wisła like next week. So I'll go to match preparation, and I'll dump one of these in. Or if it's a team we're going to do badly against or could need to defend, we'll shove a defensive shape. And if I'm a bit unsure, we'll shove a teamwork one in there too. Because that gives you a little boost, in theory, to upcoming matches of teamwork and pressing. And obviously in this one, it's slightly different stuff. So I'll normally dump one of those in. Yeah, we'll be all right with that one before the game. And I don't take out certain things. So I won't take out anything with match preview or match tactics. Those ones are important. Or rest. I never take out rest or travel. I never add in more sessions than we need to. And recovery is quite important, particularly with these midweek stuff. The other thing I'll do, particularly with us, and this is the only way I've found that can even slightly prevent this, is I'll usually add a second session in for defending set pieces from defending free kicks, because that, again, gives you an upcoming match boost. That's the only way I've found that cuts down on the number of defensive free kicks we can see, because, as you've seen, they're impossible to defend. And that it would be much worse if I didn't do that, let's put it that way. So you can't always do it if there's not a lot of sessions to take out. For example, here, I probably won't do it, but that's generally how I set up my training sessions. The other thing I do, every couple of weeks, be sure, if you've got players that are on good training ratings, anything above 8 really, go in and praise them. This might not work actually because we did it quite... No, okay, it did work. If you do it too frequently, they'll get pissed at you because apparently players don't like being told they're doing well because FM reasons. And if they're below a 6, so for example, Ugawetski, we can actually criticise him here. And usually, particularly with the criticising ones, it will generally give them a little boost. And I find that just slowly helps. Plus, it's an excuse to talk to your players, which is very useful because if their morale is anything less than superb, it will usually bump it up by 1. So what's his morale at the moment? Extremely good. There you go. Excellent. So it just gives you that little morale bump when they're doing well. And that's really, really useful because I find there's very few ways to boost morale other than winning matches. Ah, dear. This is going to be an absolute mission. We've played them 4 times so far, lost 3 and drawn 1. I don't see it being a good day for us, to be honest, but we'll do our best. So I'm going to do... No, I won't do a quick pick. I'll do a custom one myself. I'm going to bring No, Hoksha's still not really fully fit yet. He's been injured as a result of some stuff, and that's kind of been a problem for us. I'm going to bring Zuba back in here instead of Kucharski, and I'm also going to bring, of course, my man Fiarchik back in, finally. Zayats probably won't start this one. I feel like Zeborowski... he's just a better player overall. Gambitsky did go out on loan, because I feel like he could get better game time. Siratsky, he's not as good as we needed, but it's the best I could do as a shortfall. I think he cost like $500,000, which is still a lot, and you can see what I mean. As for the back, I'm pretty happy with that. Kokoschka or Denza? I'm going to go with Kokoschka for today's game. Yeah, he's a better defensive defender, so that's kind of what we want. So out of the bench, we're going to go with Todorov, Denza, Kucharski, Hoksha, Coyote, Zima, and of course, Peltzy. Okay, their lineup's pretty standard, although they're still bloody excellent, aren't they? That's the issue, really. Okay, then. We do owe them. At least by losing to them, we've got the owe them one and the avenging stuff. That definitely helps motivate the players a little bit, if nothing else. The only good thing that came out of that transfer is that because we had more money in the bank, I was able to talk to the board and they have at least agreed to upgrade the youth facilities for 650k. So we've got something out of them, but it is like getting blood out of a stone. Or in this case, blood out of a bell end. The other thing I found quite interesting is the Europa League games are being played on all kinds of different times now. Weekends, much closer together. They're playing them in like these clusters. So there's some teams that have played 4 Europa League ties and some teams that have played none in the groups yet. I think that's because the format changes. And it's really weird because Lech actually are in the Europa League this season, but I didn't know they were because they haven't played any games yet. Yet there's Legia have played 4 times and they've got 7 points. So I'm assuming that's what happens. They're changing the dates of the Europa League ties to all sorts of weird weekend days and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting, I'll give you that. If we actually got through an away match against these guys without losing and kept our unbeaten run, I'd be very, very impressed with us, considering they are clearly head and shoulders the best team in this league now. Oh, Fiarchik's in! Oh, those are his bread and butter opportunities. He puts us in front there and we might have a good chance to hang on. I feel like the difference between us and them is they'd have taken that chance. Zavchikrai. Oh, fine, Smil! Go on! Yes! We've got the lead! We lead in the top of the table battle. That would be a monumentally large goal because it would put us back in front of Pogon and Lech. Pogon having a really good season, by the way. And it would be an away win against the best side in the division. This is a wonderful ball from Zavchikrai. Camille takes his time over it. 4th goal of the year for him. Zavchikrai struggled a bit this season, but he's got an assist there. Yes! And actually, due to the head-to-head, it would temporarily send us top of the league. They would still have a game in hand, but this would be quite some victory if we can pull this off. I'd argue that we're doing all right here. Committing a lot of fouls, though. 4 yellows. I'm a bit concerned about that. My substitutions might well be based around getting people off who are on a booking. Even a draw would be a sensational point, frankly. Don't let him shoot. No. Neugebauer makes the save. They're going to come at us. We know that. I wouldn't normally do this, but in this type of game, we're going to switch to cautious and go a bit more counter-attacking since we've not got a lot of the ball anyway. Let's try and sit and actually defend for once. Get a clean sheet, really do some work. Oh, what a ball. Gorka's in. Can he find someone? He can! Oh, Fiarchik's chance. But they do still have a corner. I mean, like I said, even a draw would be an excellent point, but I just want to see us dig deep for once. Oh, no, here we go. Can we hang on? Long ball downfield. Well won by Meisterek. Clears it into the corner. That's fine. We're very narrow, which is fine. Oh, no. No. Back post goal. Oh, he's gone for goal. What an absolute waste, man. Take as long as you need, mate. 10 seconds to go. Gorka. Meisterek. Go back to the goalkeeper. And now lump it. Lumps it long. Yes! That is an enormous victory. Lechia 0. Polonia Warszawa 1. Slavomir Chmiel What a goal that is for us. We're top of the league now, and we're still unbeaten, but we've just beaten the best team in the division away from home and kept a clean sheet. Mateusz Konefal, not man of the match. That actually goes to Maestrek, and it bloody well deserves to be. Those two were sensational at the back for us today. They did their jobs in the end. That's massive. It keeps us, well, it puts us top of the league and keeps us going. We've got a really good points record this year so far. Still unbeaten after 13 matches in the league. Oh, God, what a moment that is. That takes a bit of the stress out of losing Yamrog to show that we can go and beat the best in the league away from home. Should have been 2-0 really with Fiarchek, but then they had chances too. So fair play to the lads. That is massive. Makes perfect sense really to come back and do Legia because it's the final match of the first half of the season. Gives us a nice chunk of games off camera, in fact, like 6. Yeah, it's quite a few actually. Some tough ones in there, and to come back against Legia, it's the derby as well. It's the perfect moment for us. I think this might be our best chance at actually beating Legia in a derby match so far because they're not having the best season and we'd be at home and we've already won away at Lechia. This is a good chance for us. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, despite the Yamrog situation, then drop a like on the video. That'd be amazing. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button too. That'd be brilliant. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for the derby and the final game of the first half of the season. I've been scouting some Argentinian regens, and there's some very interesting ones in there. Tell you more about those later. See you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.